Well, hello. Welcome to my tutorial on how to do the mysterious Negg cave puzzle. I was very confused by this the first time I ever had to do it, and I feel like there's not been a super good video guide on it, so I'm out here to make it. So first off, let's look at what is the Negg cave puzzle. The Negg cave puzzle is very similar to puzzles like Sudoku, where you have pretty much a grid and you only have a certain amount of things that you can put within it. That's a bad explanation, bear with me. So we're going to use the one I have up right now as an example. So we can see over here is our board that we have. So this is what we're going to be filling in with all of our different symbols and colors. You can see over here that we have 3 different kinds of symbols and 3 different colors. The official name for these is, this is the water, this is the fire, and this is the wind piece. And then we have our 3 primary colors of blue, red, and yellow. Another really important piece that's given to us, aside from the colors and the symbols, is going to be some hints, which will be left of the grid on the little scroll. These hints are going to tell us where the pieces are going to be on the board, as well as what colors they should be to help us solve our Negg cave puzzle. So you can only have one of each symbol and one of each color on the board at all times. What does that mean? That means that I cannot have 2 blue water symbols on the board. So I know that if I know where a blue water symbol goes, that has to be the only blue water symbol on the board. Same with the rest of them. I can't have 2 blue fire symbols or 2 blue wind symbols. The information given to you every day for the Negg cave puzzle to help you solve it is going to be a little bit different. Some days will be a little bit more challenging, some days will be a little bit easier. As we can see from this article on the dailyneopets.com, we have a few different options for what kind of puzzles they'll give us. The type of puzzle is going to depend on how many separate clues they give us. So for 1 clue puzzles, they're only going to give us 1 grid all together with pretty much everything filled out. For 2 clue puzzles, you can see that they've given us 2 different grids and we need to merge them together. For 3 clue puzzles, we can see that they've given us either 3 different grids or 3 different pieces that we need to merge together to get our answer. For 4 clue puzzles, they can give us either 4 completed grids or 4 separate pieces that we need to merge together. For 5 clue puzzles, there's going to be 5 separate pieces that they've given us that we need to merge together to receive our answer. And some of the most difficult ones will be these 6 clue puzzles. This is going to be where they've split all of the clues up into 6 separate pieces and we need to figure out how they merge and intersect to get our answer. So what's the point of doing this puzzle? Some people may enjoy puzzles, some people may not. So for us that don't enjoy the puzzles, why should I do this? For the most part, you can get mostly junk items, to be honest with you, but there is a chance that you can get an ultimate icy Negg. And as of filming this video, it is currently worth 151,000 Neopoints. So pretty good reason. I've gotten it before, I've seen a few people get it before, so it's not impossible to get this. In addition to prizes, you can also get an avatar from the Negg cave. This avatar is completely random, and it's given randomly whenever you solve the Negg cave puzzle. In addition to this, you also unlock the Negg Breaker as a battledome challenger. Originally, the ancient Negg amulet could be used against the Negg Breaker to weaken them a little bit, but this no longer seems to work, making the Negg Breaker one of the stronger challengers in the battledome, and it also looks like he doesn't actually work as a challenger. So to help us better understand it, let's look through a few Negg puzzles, and then at the end, I'll walk you through the one that we have up currently. So for our first puzzle, we can see that there are 3 different rows on the left-hand side that it's given us. Given that the square is 3 by 3, the only logical place that we could put the red row, the one on the top right, is right down the middle. Because of this, it pretty much tells us exactly where we're going to put the other 2 rows. The top left row obviously wouldn't fit in the middle or on the left, so it has to go on the far right. And then same thing with the bottom row that they're giving us. It has to go on the far left. And that brings us to our completed answer. As we can see, the red row was in the middle, Then we have the bottom piece that they gave us on the left side, and then the top left piece that they gave us on the right side. For the next one, it may be a little bit more confusing. So we can see for this one that they have given us 2 different colors, and this has to be exactly how they're laid out on the board. So we know that diagonally it's all reds. We can see that on the far right side, the bottom 2 are yellow. On the far left, the top one is going to be yellow, and that leaves 3 open spaces. Obviously, these have to be purples, so we could go ahead and fill these in with purple. Now comes, where do we put the pieces that they've given us? Well, we can see on the left-hand side, there are 2 flames and 1 water, and then the one below it has a wind, flame, and a water. I will be honest, for this one, I just kind of tried symbols in it. I do this with some of them where I feel like pieces could fit in a few places, so I'll typically try to go in the order that things are given. So since the 2 fire pieces and the water piece was given first on the left, I went ahead and plugged it in at the top, and then the one right below it, I went ahead and plugged in the middle. So we can see after plugging those in that this is going the right direction, because we are missing a blue water, we are missing a red air, and we're missing a yellow air. So if we plug those in, we've got our completed answer. And for the final one we're looking at, we can see that they've given us pretty much the whole grid in every single one. We just need to plug it in, and we can even see where they overlap. So on the grid on the top left, we can see that it's fire, blue water, and air. We don't have the colors for it yet, but that's okay. We can go ahead and plug those in on the left-hand side. Now, following the order that the grid is in, let's go ahead to the second one. So that means on the far right of the grid, we're going to plug in our uncolored fire, our red air, and our purple fire. After we've plugged this in, let's go ahead and, working clockwise, work on the one straight underneath it. We can see from this one that it's going to overlap with the one we just did. So our uncolored fire is already in place. So to the left of that, we're going to put in our blue air, and then we can see from the first row that we put in, the first fire that we put down is actually a yellow fire. So we're going to go ahead and change its color to yellow. Now that we've done this, we can go ahead and lay down the bottom row. So we can see that the air that we've already put down is still uncolored in this one, so we'll leave it like it is. But we can see that the water at the bottom is going to be yellow, so we'll plug that in, and then we can see from the second row that we plugged in that this fire is actually blue. So we can see from what we have on the board that we have all 3 airs and all 3 fires down. So the only symbol we're missing is one of the waters. So we can go ahead and plug that into the middle. Now that we have this, we can see that we're missing one of each color for each symbol. So for our fires, we have the yellow and the blue fire, but we're missing the red fire. So the top right fire has to be red. For our airs, we have the blue and the red, but we're missing the yellow. So the bottom left has to be yellow. And then for the one that we lay down in the middle, we already have the blue water and the yellow water. We're just missing the red one. So it has to be the red water in the middle. And this is our completed puzzle. So now let's work through this one. So I find it easiest to kind of look and see which one's going to set me up the best. So we can actually tell from this puzzle every single symbol that we're going to have. So let's go ahead and plug them in. So these will be our fires, these will be our waters, and then obviously we don't have any airs on the board. The only place they can go is right here. So we have where every single piece is going to be. One helpful thing with the Negg puzzle is once you have your symbols down, you can actually easily color them just by selecting the color itself. So you don't have to select the color and the symbol. You can just click the color. So to make it easier on us, let's go ahead and let's plug this in, because we know there's only one way this will fit on the board. So that means this will be blue, this will be yellow, and this will be red. So we've got those out of the way. Now let's look at this next color that they've given us. There's only one place it could fit. It can't fit here because that means this would have to be blue, and it's not. It can't fit here because there's not a piece above that, so it has to go like this. So let's go ahead and plug our blue, our red, and our yellow in. So from here, we can see exactly which colors we're missing. So on this row, we have a red, a blue, but we need a yellow, so let's plug that in. On this row, we have a red, a yellow, but we're missing a blue. Let's plug that in. And then on this row, we have blue, yellow, but we're missing red. So let's plug that in. And then you just click submit, and the puzzle will tell you whether you've gotten it wrong or right. So for this example, let's go ahead and put a wrong answer in, just so we can see what it says. It will tell you that it didn't open up and that this is not the right answer. It's not something that you only get to do once, it will let you do it again. So let's go ahead and back out and let's put the right answer in. And then click submit. And here's our item that we've gotten for today. So you can only do this puzzle once a day, so after you've figured out the puzzle answer, you can only plug it in once to get your prize. Now from here, let's say I just have gotten a puzzle that I cannot figure out. It is far too difficult, I don't understand it, or I'm in a rush, I don't feel like doing puzzles, or I hate puzzles. That's fine, we have a solution. So the Daily Neopets does have a Negg Cave puzzle solver for us, and I'll have it linked below. I'll also have some other helpful articles from both Jelly Neo and the Daily Neopets that can kind of help explain the Negg Cave puzzle itself. How the Negg Cave puzzle solver works is you want to go to the page with your Negg Cave puzzle on it, right click, and then we're going to come down to view page source. Once we've got our page source, we're going to copy it all. The easiest way to do this on a PC, I don't know anything about Macs, I'm so sorry, is hold down Control, and then A is in Alpha. It will select everything on the page, and then Control, C is in Charlie, it will copy it. Now we will come down to this box right here, click in, go ahead and get rid of everything that's in it. Same thing, you can use Control A and backspace, you can highlight and just hit delete, whatever works best. And then hit Control V as in Victor, and it will paste everything in for you. And then click solve. And here we have our solution. So let's go ahead and plug it in and let's check it. All right, so I've got the solution they've given me plugged in. Let's submit it. And it's correct. Now we got a purple Hessie plushie. So this is an easier way to help solve the puzzle when you're either running low on time or if it just is so confusing. I've used this a lot on some of the puzzles I just can't figure out, and it works pretty much every single time. So that's going to be everything for solving the Negg Cave puzzle. Once you do a couple of puzzles, it's going to make a lot more sense. What I suggest doing, just to kind of help if you're still a little confused, is looking at the Jelly Neo article. They do a really good job of explaining how you can move some of these more complicated pieces around to help solve the puzzle, or looking at either the mysterious Negg Cave puzzle solver. Even if it gives you the answer, it can still be helpful for you to go back and see, oh, okay, I see how they got this in this, just to help it kind of make those connections in your brain. They also have some completed puzzles that you can look at based on however many clues that they give you. So this has been part of my Neopets how-to series. I want to try to make videos to help explain some of the little bit more confusing aspects of Neopets, so if you have any suggestions, please leave them below. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and good luck on the Negg Cave puzzle. You've got this, I know you do, I believe in you. Good luck, you got this. Have a good day.